Hello, General Biology. This video is going to be over the carbon cycle. And the carbon cycle is very much like the water cycle. They are both types of matter cycling. That means that we have atoms or molecules that move into living things and out of living things in and through an ecosystem. So in this case, carbon is an important nutrient. We're going to talk more about nutrients and why they're important in the next video. But right now we're just going to track how carbon moves into and out of living things in the environment. Now, just like in the water cycle, there are different pools or storage locations that we can find carbon. We can find carbon in the atmosphere, and when it's in the atmosphere, it's carbon dioxide. We can find it in the ocean, and when it's in the ocean, it's carbonic acid. We can find it in vegetation or plants, and when it's there, it's turned into glucose and then used to make organic matter, which is the body of the living thing. We can find it in animals, and it's also an organic matter. And litter and waste, these would be like dead part animals on the forest floor, or waste that animals or plants get rid of, and that's also organic matter. And we have decomposers, bacteria, worms, and fungus, which are also have their carbon in organic matter. We can also find carbon in oil, coal, and natural gases as fossil fuels, and we can transport those to industry and vehicles. These are all the pools that we can find carbon. There are also transfer processes that move them between pools. For instance, if you have atmospheric carbon dioxide, it can diffuse into the ocean, but it can also diffuse out of the ocean back into the atmosphere. So diffusion is one process that moves carbon dioxide. Another is photosynthesis. You can have carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, and then the vegetation will undergo photosynthesis and turn it into glucose or organic matter. There are others as well. We can have consumption. Animals can eat the vegetation, and they can collect that organic matter and use it to build their own bodies, just like decomposers can consume litter and waste, and then they are taking that organic matter and putting it into the decomposer's body. Additionally, we have several which undergo respiration. Animals will breathe out the extra carbon dioxide they need because they're doing cellular respiration. They're going to breathe it out into carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Vegetation will do that, and decomposers will do that as well. Also, we have to move it from the vegetation and the animals to the litter and waste, and there are a couple of ways we can do that. If the animals or the vegetation die, well, their body is now on the floor, or decomposers can get to it. And also excretion, which is a fancy way of saying getting rid of solid waste. So animals can excrete waste to the forest floor, which the decomposers can consume, and then they'll respire that carbon back to the atmosphere. We also have industry and vehicles. Industry and vehicles will burn oil, coal, and natural gases in order to keep themselves running, and that will put carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. But we have to, and that's through the process of combustion. But we have to get the carbon to the industry and vehicles, and the first step of that is from litter and waste to fossil fuels. If you have litter and waste that doesn't get consumed by decomposers, if it gets buried and pressurized, then you will form fossil fuels. You will form the oil, coal, and gases, and then those can be mined and drilled into industry and waste. So now we have all of these processes for moving our carbon through different forms, through different pools. I hope this helps. Struggle well.